Before we were so rudely interrupted. Oh, in trouble. Oh, oh no. Come on. Big trouble. There he goes. All right, good morning. I'm gonna do something that I haven't done for a while, or at least consistently for a while, and that's some skip casting. The tides are pretty neat today, so what I just wanted to go through were 5 little strategies that I use that if you use can help you catch more fish during neap tides. And I just missed a, no I didn't. On cue. Look at that, 3rd force cast for the day, and he's not big, but a red dog. I hit us on spot lock. I'll sort this guy out and then I will continue our chat. First one for the day, and that didn't take all that long. The tides are really neat today, so we'll go through a few things. Hopefully might make a little bit of sense and help you catch a few more fish. All right, follow back, you go. All right, so where were we before we were so rudely interrupted? Oh yeah, a few strategies that I use that will help me catch more fish during these neap tides, all related to skip casting. So the first one is that no matter how neap the tide, there will generally always be movement somewhere in the tide. So have a look around, spend some time looking around, and you'll find that even though it'll only be slight, there will be some pressure points and little areas. It won't be much, but on neap tides it doesn't need to be much. Usually they're on outer bends, entrances to creeks on the turn of the tide, or some cases, you know, neap tides it could be a bit later, so it may be an hour or so into the turn of the tide. So look for those areas. That's the first one. So the next is use wind to your advantage. This bank here, you can see even though there's not much run, there's wind pushing on there and it's creating disturbance. That'll be pushing bait and food around for these fish. In particular, mangrove jack and barramundi is what I'm targeting. So no different from impoundments. In impoundments, water movement is dictated predominantly by wind. So you might have a westerly or some sort of southerly in the morning, and that'll change then around to an easterly or northeasterly. So have a think about areas that you fish and use that wind to your advantage. Wind also will create disturbance on the surface that will hide you a little bit. Quite often during neap tides, the water clears up and that can be a real problem. So yeah, so that little bit of disturbance on the top of water can hide you from the fish, and you can use that to your advantage. All right, so next is consider using subsurface over surface. The fish aren't going to move very far. I just mentioned that the water tends to clear up a little bit, so they're not generally going to want to move as far as they would if there's a little bit of green tinge or a little bit of dirty water every now and then. Oh, that was terrible. So I'm using my billy goat today. That's because I just love using it. But I know that if I went to something subsurface, and I'm not going to get into the lure types and stuff like today, I don't want to complicate it any more than I really have to for you. Fishing is not meant to be complicated, even though sometimes we make it that way. But yeah, so look, your favourite skip casting subsurface lure, something that just gets down a little bit, and sometimes you might have to pause a little bit just to let that lure get down. If you're someone like me who just loves that frogging style of skip casting, then by all means keep going. But if you're really struggling and you want to catch a fish, then getting something that's a little bit more Subsurface might work out for you. All right, the second last thing that I wanted to mention is about the fringes. So, oh, little bump. It might have been a little archfish or pikey. You can see here the water doesn't go very far back in. It's just deep enough that the fish will feel a little bit comfortable in moving into the edges of the mangroves, but not too deep that they're going to go a long way back and get basically out of range. So that goes for any sort of skip casting, I guess, but particularly when the tides are neap, you don't want them cruising back right at the back where you can't get to them. And lastly, I'm sorry, but it will be a grind, and you're going to need to cast. You're not going to be able to escape that unless you get really fortunate, really lucky. I mean, I got to first fish a couple of casts in, but I'm not expecting that to be the norm today. I'm expecting that to not happen too often, but I know that if I persist, cast, and grind away, I'm going to get some fish. Fishing is so much about confidence that, you know, putting in the time and learning, understanding whatever fish you're chasing, whatever area you're fishing, will result in more fish. There's no doubt about that. I mean, it's a product of just more time in the water, more casts in front of fish, but also the fact that you're learning the whole time. So look, get out there, give it a go. We all know that, especially us weekend hacks, we all know that we have limited time to fish. Often you don't get a chance to fish a perfect tide. You just fish what you can fish, and often that can be during the neaps, and they can be a bit of a struggle, but employ a little bit of a strategy to it, and quite often you can come up with the goods, and sometimes the fish can be quite good. So, all right, I've waffled on enough now. Hopefully I can put a few things into practice and pull a couple of fish out of the forest. Oh, there's a jack in there. I'll do a circle back around, see if I can pull him out. Oh, don't need to circle around. Oh, prime example, he can't go too far here. He's sitting on the fringe, really tight to these mangroves, and he's really looking for some structure. He feels comfortable inside there. The water clarity is spooking him from coming out, but if I get in there, cast, get the right cast, and then get the result. All right, get this guy in and take a closer look. This guy was a little bit bigger than I thought, just a smidgen under 40. So that's a nice fish for a neap tide in the groves. Get him back and see if we can get another one. All right, so here's an example of finding where there is some movement. There's not a lot, but there's some. There's a major system out there, or a bigger system out there. The tide's flowing in. This is an outside bend that this creek feeds off of. So any water flow that will be moving at all will come in, smash against this bank, which this side juts out a little bit further than the left-hand side, will hit it and move along this edge. So I'm going to do this, 50, 60, 70 meters or so along here, and hopefully pick up a fish feeding under this cover with just a tiny bit of water flow. A spot lock here, wasn't very big, I don't think. Might be a little bit too open there. There's a little nook back in a little bit further. He might have retreated into back there. Oh, and he did. Well, I said he wasn't all that big, and he's not, but he's a red dog, And it's my third for the day. Oh, he wants a piece of me. All right, fella. The other thing pushing this water along is the breeze is pushing down this creek. So it's also pushing food with that little tiny bit of current that's pushing through. Oh, I was just about to say this area here is where the rubber hits the road, so it pushes down this creek and smashes against here. So if there's going to be any remaining fish, or if there's only one fish in this whole little stretch, it would be here. And there was a fish, but the steel didn't find its home. All right, so we've got an outside bend, a breeze pushing down this creek and hitting this bend. There won't be much tidal movement at all, if any, on here, but that breeze will be pushing onto it. So I suspect there may be a fish in amongst these mangroves here. We'll see if we can work one up. Oh, there he was. He come up, had a look, and went back. I'm not sure whether the camera caught that or not, but it was a red dog, mangrove jack. Come on. I saw him. I thought it might have been a jack to start with because it wasn't very big. And I heard the boof, the telltale inhalation. Although this guy isn't very big, he's an example of cast. So there's been some bigger barra that I've seen. This is probably one of the smaller ones that I've seen. And all the rest have shied away, even though I've put it right in front of their noses. But this guy nailed it. And he not only did he nail it, he actually come out several metres from the bank to hit it. So you just got to keep on grinding away, and you'll find one that'll be willing to play ball. Oh, in trouble. Out of trouble. Oh, there's another one with him too. Oh, well, that was close. But it's another red dog. All right, I'll let this guy go. And we're just about the end of this run here. And I got a spot where I've picked up a couple of jacks and a couple of good barra before undercover. So we might head over there, the last place for the day. See if we can't work up something a little bigger, or at least as big in red dog terms. This guy's just under 40. Got a bit of pink bling. There he goes. All right, new system. Not much breeze pushing in here, but a little bit, a little tiny bit. I also thought I might have picked up just a smidge of current flowing out again. I don't know, it could be just a breeze pushing it now maybe, but whatever it is, it's water movement. It's also midday, so definitely looking for shaded areas. You're generally doing neap tides anyway, but particularly as the sun gets higher. Oh, that was a nice barra. Was. Oh, man, that was a good red dog. Oh, he was a good one. Bugger him. Climbed all over that snag to grab hold of it and spat it. Oh, I felt his weight, so I don't think he's going to come back. Nice under there. I can get a good cast in. Yes. I was caught on the leaf, but he didn't care. Oh, no. He was a good one too. Bugger him. It just looked too good not to be not to hold a fish in there. I might retie that even though it's not too bad. That's still sharp as anything. Anyway, you win some, you lose some. All you do is keep cast, cast, cast. Oh, I'm in trouble. Big trouble. Oh man, I don't know what damage he's done, but he's all right too. Oh, there's all sorts then. He whacked it behind some timber. Oh. I won't give up. I'll loosen the drag a little because I don't know how much damage. I'm done to the leader and everything. Oh, he's a nice fish. He's not massive, thankfully. If he was any bigger, I think I would have had trouble getting him out. Now, see if he's ready. In he goes. Oh, Neap tide barra in the groves, in the forest. We'll put him on the lie detector. Oh. Oh. He's ready to go. Look at that. How'd you be a bait fish? Hey? What a fish. 66 of Hinchinbrook's finest mangrove forest barra. Oh, getting back in so we can find another one. Well, if those couple of missed opportunities and then that one there didn't get your blood pumping to get out there and do some neap tide skip casting, then I don't think I can help you. I'm going to go for a little bit longer and then call it quits, head back to the ramp. If you don't see any more fish, you know I didn't get any, and I'll catch you next time.